That's when he tried biting. I ain't even noticed that till somebody said something.
I just know that from experience. So, I think he lost the fight, if we're being really honest. Tank, you lost that fight. I mean, the only reason they gave you the fight was because you would make more money as a champion, but there's no way it's a draw.
When a fighter at the top of his game meets his match in the ring, desperation can set in. We saw it with Mike Tyson when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear, and now we're seeing shades of it with Tank Davis. In a recent interview, Lamont Roach exposed just how dirty Davis fought, from calling a random timeout to allegedly attempting to bite his ear off. These revelations have left many boxing professionals and fans deeply disappointed in Tank's conduct.
No, I thought he would, and I thought he wanted to fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own two eyes. And
Terrence Crawford has sparked even more controversy with his take on Gervonta Tank Davis's fight, openly criticizing the officiating and questioning the outcome. Appearing on the Big Podcast with Shaq, Crawford didn't hold back, asserting that Davis's decision to take a knee should have been ruled a knockdown. He emphasized that any fighter who voluntarily kneels should be given a full count and questioned why the referee stopped mid-count, suggesting there may have been favoritism at play.
Referring to the Tank fight, and when he took the knee, do you really think he had grease in his eye?
Well, let me start by saying 1,000% it should have been called a knockdown if you take a knee in any scenario in the fight. I don't know if he had grease in his eye or what. I know he took a knee, and that should have been called a knockdown.
Beyond the knockdown debate, Terrence Crawford made an even bolder claim. He believed Lamont Roach deserved the victory outright. Crawford argued that Roach was a busier, more aggressive fighter, landing more shots while Davis was too inactive in key rounds. While he acknowledged Davis's control in the middle rounds, he maintained that Roach dominated both the early and final moments, displaying a greater hunger to win. This, Crawford suggested, was what led to Tank's desperate moves in the ring. According to Crawford, Tank finally met someone who outclassed him, and Roach forced him to put his ego aside.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And, what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here with a big boy.
Paulie Malignaggi didn't hold back, calling Gervonta Tank Davis protected fighter and blasting the fight as another manufactured moment in boxing. Malignaggi claimed that Davis has been carefully guided, avoiding real challenges while being hyped as an unstoppable force. He pointed to the referee's decision to halt the count, arguing that it exposed the favoritism at play and proved that Davis received special treatment. Taking it a step further, Malignaggi criticized fans still defending Davis, saying they are blindly supporting a fighter who hasn't truly earned his status. In his view, this fight was yet another scripted event, designed to maintain the illusion of Davis's dominance.
I don't know, man. I can't keep reiterating how disappointing Gervonta Davis has been as far as the resume is concerned. If this is about as manufactured a star as you can make, and anybody who is going to defend that is really got to get their groupie lenses checked, because I've never seen a guy with this many pay-per-view headliners have not a single Hall of Famer on his resume. Not a single win on Gervonta Davis's resume will make you look at it.
Danny Garcia took a more balanced approach, but still pointed out a harsh truth. Asterisk, Gervonta, Tank, Davis's struggles were inevitable, asterisk. Garcia acknowledged that Tank had a tough night, but attributed it to his lack of real challenges. In his view, Davis should have been facing top champions long ago, but his carefully managed matchmaking left him unprepared for true adversity. Now, with backlash piling up, Garcia sees it as the natural consequence of years of protection. Fans are frustrated because Davis has avoided true tests like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, and when he finally met real resistance, it exposed the flaws in his career path.
It's just boxing, you just never know.
Yeah.
That's why I say in boxing it's better for you to just fight the best. Because if you lose, you lost to a fighter like you, a dog like you. But if you lose to a fighter with a lesser of a name, and you're supposed to win or a performance like this, it hurts your resume.
Rolando Raleigh Romero shared a similar perspective, arguing that Gervonta Tank Davis simply had an off night, much like a performance against Isaac Cruz. According to Romero, every fighter experiences tough nights, but when you're a star at Tank's level, the criticism is always amplified. He pointed out that even the best fighters have nights where they aren't at their peak, and that shouldn't automatically lead to widespread backlash. However, Romero believes Tank is treated differently. He noted that people love to target Davis, and even mentioned how a friend of Lamont Roach claimed Tank attempted to bite him in the ring. To Romero,
however, to Raleigh, it's this pressure that often kills a fighter's motivation in the ring.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
For years, the word protected has loomed over Devon Tank Davis like a dark cloud. From a moment he aligned with Floyd Mayweather, many in the boxing world questioned whether he was truly being tested or just carefully managed to maintain an undefeated record. His opponents were often handpicked. Fights were conducted on his terms, and the biggest names in his division were consistently avoided. Now, following his controversial draw with Lamont Roach, those doubts have only intensified. The myth of Tank's invincibility has taken a major hit, and for the first time, the world is witnessing what happens when he loses control of the narrative. Adding to the controversy, Canelo Alvarez has taken things a step further, arguing that Tank's actions in the ring should have resulted in an immediate disqualification.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point? And in the end, lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee. And plus, the corner go up and put it a towel in the face, that's a disqualification, for sure. I'm talking about the rules.
Boxing fans and analysts have long criticized Tank Davis for avoiding true challenges, while fighters like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Teofimo Lopez have stepped up to face dangerous opposition. Instead of taking on the toughest matchups, Tank has largely remained in his comfort zone, building his reputation with flashy knockouts, but often against opponents who pose little threat. The moment he struggled against Isaac Cruz, the protected label gained momentum. Now, after Lamont Roach exposed even more weaknesses, that reputation is sticking harder than ever.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. You feel, well, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like, talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV.
So what I gotta do with you being, I guess, embarrassing? Like, cause again, we seen you make posts on the story like the fight not happening. Like,
cause I don't never wanna, like, me not doing my job like all the way, like me not training all the way, me not, you know?
Roach did what few expected. He made Tank Davis look vulnerable. He didn't just survive. He went toe-to-toe with Tank, landing clean shots, wobbling him, and forcing him into uncomfortable positions like no opponent before. If Roach had possessed more power, Tank might have been on the receiving end of a viral knockout, a moment that could have haunted his career forever. That's what makes this situation different. Tank isn't just facing a controversial fight result. He's grappling with the harsh reality that Roach came dangerously close to humiliating him.
It wasn't even registering or processing through my mind the other rules, to the simple fact that he could have got disqualified for having his corner come up to the ring and assist him during the round. Or
you can't come to the mat.
Do that. Or he can't turn his back on the, like during the fight. That's cause for that's the wave it all. He took a knee and then turned around and went to the corner. A ref will usually stop the fight.
Yet, when asked about a rematch, Tank Davis didn't sound like his usual self. He wasn't demanding to run it back, nor was he brushing off Roach as an easy fight. He wasn't even promising to correct the controversy. Instead, he hesitated. That hesitation is exactly why fans and critics are questioning him now more than ever. If Tank truly believed he won, why not silence the doubters with a rematch? If he thought Roach was no match for him, why not erase the controversy in dominant fashion? The fact that Tank didn't immediately embrace the idea of a rematch only fuels the belief that he knows he's in for another rough night.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we can get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
But the rematch is unavoidable. The backlash, the scrutiny, and the questions surrounding his legitimacy have made sure that, if Tank refuses, he only validates every criticism, asterisk, that he's been protected, that he avoids real risks, and that he was never as good as he claimed, asterisk. If he accepts, he steps into the ring knowing that Roach has already hurt him once, and this time, the pressure will be even greater. Tank's biggest fear isn't just losing. It's becoming a meme, the punchline of a viral moment. And right now, Roach is the one fighter who came dangerously close to making that nightmare reality.
He said you only do it rematch. You want to fight? 100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.